What's up, everybody? It is Casey with Two Worlds Podcast, and with me, as always, it's the Steve Harrington to my Dustin. You know, Dustin from Stranger Things. It's Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm glad that you told me what that was from.
I mean, you watched the first season, and you were just like, too much strange and not enough things, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little tricky to remember characters' names from the first season of a show that came out like 8 years ago.
Right.
But
He's
everybody's talking about the new season. It's helped me sell some Stranger Things comics.
nice because, like, I'll be honest, I like the show. Zero interest in those comics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're like in between season things or what, but honestly, mostly kids pick them up. They're,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're kids' comics, but the younger crowd is who it's for, I believe.
Those old Gen Zers.
Yep.
but but no, this new was pretty rad, except for like the first couple episodes. I was just like, holy crap, if this is how it's gonna be, I'm not gonna watch the final season.
Aren't
But
they
then
doing
it
like
picked up.
three more episodes later or something like
Yeah,
that?
I because it's like
One's like 2.5 hours.
probably like the season, the midway season finale, it wasn't like an hour 40 minutes, and it's like you could just send two episodes. But it's so dumb to me though, because it's like, okay, this came out in like mid-June, and like the second half, they're not making it wait. It's just in July. It's like if Netflix was smart, it's like, no, we're gonna wait till August or whatever, and they're like, no, next month. Don't worry, guys.
Hey, it must be working for them.
I mean, it's not. Their subscriptions are going down.
Well, I don't have anything to say to that.
Well, on that note, let's get to the news.
Yeah, how about it? Okay. So I'll start. We got a Black Adam trailer. Did you check it out?
Yeah, and for a movie that was supposed to come out in like, or it was first announced in like, I think 2000, like what, 16, maybe earlier. I was underwhelmed. What about you, man?
I mean, I'm as excited as I was before, I guess. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the only high point for me really was old Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it's just like, oh boy, The Rock looks like he does in every movie.
I don't know. I mean, you're either gonna like it or hate it, I think. I don't know if there's gonna be too much middle ground with something like this.
I don't know. I have a very strong feeling I'm going to go into it thinking I probably won't like it, then leave going, this was fine.
Okay, fair enough.
So how soon though will you get the Pierce Brosnan poster on your wall?
I I don't know that I will.
Oh, okay. Well, dang. I really expected you to be like tomorrow or already got it, and you just move your camera and it's right there.
Like the one of him as Dr. Fate, or just
Yeah,
like
him as Dr. Fate,
shirtless
but
Bond above my
shirtless.
bed, or
Just the like helmet halfway on, shirtless.
but with the amulet.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some Spider-Man No Way from Home. No Way Home is coming back to theaters as an extended cut. Sony's like, we need to make some money since Morbius didn't make any money. So
I saw a thing where they're doing a petition to get Morbius back for a
I
third
saw
time.
that. Oh jeez. Like we were busy.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
So
gosh.
yeah, I mean, it's like cool. I mean, we'll probably get more stuff with Toby and more stuff with Andrew, so that'll be neat. You
Like
know,
3 seconds of it, just
Prob-
enough to get everyone to go watch it again.
it'd be funny if like all they added like 20 minutes to Aunt May's death.
Just excruciating death scene.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go get an ambulance. Like, no, don't leave me, Peter. Please don't. I'm in so much space. Okay. And like, MJ, get it. Just like, no, I need MJ by me too. And then it's like in Kung Pao, she's like, and then like it's like, no, I didn't. Why wasn't dead yet? I just went, oh, like what?
You always know how to make a movie worse, buddy.
You mean better?
So Junji Ito or Ito, I don't know how he says it, is getting
Junji Ito. My
okay.
nephew is a huge fan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to Dom. So Junji Ito is getting a Netflix series. It's called Junji Ito Maniac: Japanese Tales of the Macabre. I think that should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, his creepy stuff is just some of the like best art, whether you like creepy stuff or not, some of the best art you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So hopefully all that translates well and it does well.
As a creepy reader fan, are you like, oof, this is too ooky spooky for me to see, but I will gladly read it?
I don't know, man. I think this one I might check out.
Right on, man.
Maybe manga or anime is my gateway.
There you
Spooky
go.
horror stuff.
Okay, so there was this weird DC Mexico tweet that I kind of wanted to share. Just thought it'd be interesting. So the DC Comics Mexico Twitter account tweeted a picture of Henry Cavill, and it goes, "We are counting down the days to the return of Henry Cavill wearing the Superman suit." And then, like, I guess it got deleted after that. So it's like, and this is the official DC Comics account. So it's either they don't know what they're talking about, or let something slip.
Fingers crossed that they let something slip.
They let something slip, yeah.
Yeah. And who knows? If it's from the official account, it's
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's just I have a feeling it's just they just said, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I hear the rumors too, you know, because it's like probably
they could have said that then.
Well, I mean, it's the official account, and it's probably like some 20-year-old intern. That's like, yeah, and they tweet this out, and then, you know, they probably got told, hey, delete that. Like, oh, okay, my bad.
I don't know. I would think that we would hear something soon. I was thinking the other day, when is Fandom? Like, isn't that like a summer thing? Maybe we'll get some info soon.
I think it's like late summer, isn't it? Like late August?
It could be.
That is from the insiders that I've heard. Like, that's why, like, a lot of the stuff we didn't hear about when Warner Brothers was doing stuff, they're just like, no, all of that stuff's going to be talked about at Fandom. That's why we didn't get anything new, Flash or Aquaman or even Black Adam, when they were doing all their other WB new stuff. It's all going to happen at Fandom. So
okay, I look forward to Fandom then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to you scooping me on everything from Fandom then.
That's me typing it all really fast.
Okay, and then the Spot is gonna be a villain in the Into the Spider-Verse movie, the new one, which I think is hilarious. I love the Spot, and I think that should be, with overly stylized, it should be a lot of fun.
Was he in the Mark Waid Daredevil run?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to translate well to that artistic style. Speaking of movie stuff, so Jake Schreier is going to direct a Thunderbolts movie that was announced this week. The Black Widow script writer Eric Pearson will be doing the Thunderbolts script as well. Schreier did Paper Towns. I have no idea if that was good. Don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna Google it because I know that name.
Yeah, I didn't really recognize anything else that he had done. So
yeah.
I don't know. Is a Thunderbolts movie something that you're mildly excited for?
Mildly. I remember this movie. I didn't see it though, so like I have no opinion. But no, I mean, as we've said before, for the most part, these directors aren't being brought in for anything other than to shoot the Marvel way. Like Sam Raimi was one that kind of made it his own movie, but for the most part, they all just kind of make Marvel movies, which I think it's perfectly fine. That's what gets butts in seats. The thing that I'm more worried about is the Black Widow scriptwriter, because the Black Widow script kind of wasn't the best at times. It's like you can only do so much with, really two really good actors getting, working really well together, and that's what made that movie actually enjoyable. The script was kind of everywhere and kind of bad at times. I mean, Taskmaster is the perfect example of it not being good. So that's kind of got me more worried than positive about this movie. What about you?
Right. I mean, I think it could be cool for sure. I mean, I like the Black Widow movie, but I definitely agree that it had some messy spots in it. But also that movie is like a prequel. It's like, again, you can only do so much. But anyway, hopefully it's good. I I'm a little surprised that it's a Thunderbolts movie and they're not doing some other team. You know what I mean? Like when are they gonna announce like Young Avengers or something like that? Since they're bringing in all these characters.
I don't. I think Young Avengers was going to be a Disney Plus show. That'd be what my gut's saying, because like I've not seen the Ms. Marvel show yet, but I hear that's like more young adulty, and I have a feeling that's going to be kind of the route they'll go with that. And I don't think that's going to sell well as far as making, in theaters with the Young
Right.
Avengers movie. But I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. So
So real quick, I did watch the first episode of Miss Marvel, so I'll talk about it for a hot sec. If you guys don't want to hear it, skip ahead a minute or so. Um, it was fine. I liked parts and there were parts I didn't like, but I really liked the way that it was just shot. Like, I don't know what you call that, film choreography or something like that. Um, but the way like scenes transition and stuff like that, very cool. Kind of Scott Pilgrimy with like the way certain things would go on in the background to let you know what people are feeling. Um, but yeah, otherwise I think the chick that plays her is pretty neat. She does the awkward teen thing pretty well. So I'll stick it out. But it was like a solid okay first episode.
I I will say this about the lady that plays her. She's a big old nerd. Like there was some backlash when after she got cast, because on her letterbox she rated Captain Marvel very low because she was not a fan of it because of the fact that she is a nerd. And then like someone brought up, I was like, oh yeah, you're in the 616 universe now, and she's like, actually, this is not the 616 universe, that's the comic book universe. It's universe 19999. And it's like Kevin Feige was wrong when they put that in the new Doctor Strange movie. And everyone there, it's like, okay, we can get along with this.
I did see that that 616 thing. That's funny. I'm glad that she is though. I saw somebody post a picture of like her at the shop she bought her first Captain Marvel issue at, or Ms. Marvel issue at. But also she should not get backlash for putting Captain Marvel low because that movie was pretty garbage.
That's what I've heard. It's one of those things though where it's very politicized now. So it's like, oh, if you don't like it, you're a bad person. And then it's like, if you do like it, then it's, you're just like it because it's female empowerment. It's like, oh no, it's whatever. Like I have a feeling if I watched it, I'd be like, oh, it's another Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's another Marvel movie where Brie Larson is like a brick wall with zero personality, and they totally screw up all of the Marvel cosmic lore that you know.
what what I don't get about Brie Larson and the little bits of the Marvel movies I've seen, because like I said, I've not seen Captain Marvel, but she is a very good actress. Like if you've ever seen Room, that she's in, where she won the Oscar for, she was very good in that. But then there's other movies where it's just like, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like you're just phoning it in big time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying she's a bad actress by any means. That movie though was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, we really went off there.
All right. So Todd Phillips, Jake, you're gonna be so excited about this. Todd Phillips posts on Instagram that he's working on Joker 2. He gave it a French title because it's very artsy. So, like on a scale of 1 to 10, boy, you're a 10 on the excitement level for this.
Yeah, I mean, I love the first one so much. No, I mean, I don't care. I'm sure he's doing it for money, which makes me think back to last week's episode where you know, he probably will take over everything then
Yeah,
since he likes that moolah. But do we know, is it gonna be Joaquin or is it like a different
I
Joker?
heard he's back on.
Okay.
I think
I
it'd be
hope that it's another, like it's just like some other movie.
yeah, I think it'd be hilarious if they got Jared Leto's Joker, and it's just like him doing the same exact stuff, but like as his gangster bullcrap, and he's like doing the dancing like Joaquin does. That's like I'm just like, why am I watching the dance? This is so dumb. And but it's like then Jared Leto doing that as his like gangster Joker. I think it'd be hilarious.
Hope it's like oh gosh, what's that movie that everyone says is the best movie of all time, but it sucks?
Oh, I don't know. I was about to say Godzilla versus the Astro Monster, but that one is the best movie of all
No,
time.
no, no, no. The one, crap, what is it? It turns out everyone's trying to figure out what the guy is saying on his deathbed, and it just means
Oh,
like a
Citizen
sled.
Kane.
Citizen Kane. I hope that it's just Citizen Kane, but with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
I'm gonna have to put spoiler alerts for Citizen Kane, just so you know, because you spoiled that movie for everyone listening.
Yeah, it's been out for how long?
Hey, maybe they're starting a film class, Film 101, and like the first movie, Citizen Kane, and they're just like finally
Like,
gonna
oh
get to
boy,
see
I
it.
can't wait to watch Citizen Kane, but first let me listen to Two
Yeah.
Worlds podcast.
But then they're like, ooh, new Two Worlds podcast. Citizen Kane, you can wait.
If so, let me know, guys. Let me know, and I will write the paper for you about Citizen Kane because I also took that college class.
It'd be funny if like you got just tons of hate mail. Like this is like the episode that we broke 1 million on, and they're all like Citizen Kane heads who haven't watched it yet but have heard great things about it.
Boy, there must be handfuls of them.
Hold on.
Anyway, I'll do my last bit. Actually, do your sad one, and then I'll do my last bit.
Yeah. So Tim Sale's been admitted to the hospital. Like I literally, but like a little bit before we got on, saw an Instagram post where it was his family, his Instagram. They're like, yeah, you probably heard he's been admitted. We just want to keep things private for right now. So I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it's just like, you get your tonsils out, Tim Sale. And he's like, yep, now I'm gonna eat all the ice cream I can ever want. That's what I'm hoping, because boy, there's been too much death this year.
There has, but boy, that would be silly for that situation.
Just being hopeful, man.
Yep, I feel you. And we are on one today.
We are.
All right, my last bit of news, which could be exciting. Maybe I'm gonna ask your opinion on it, of course. Bruce Campbell of famed Doctor Strange 2 fame. Sorry. Actor Bruce Campbell will be writing a 6-issue Sergeant Rock series where Sergeant Rock fights some Nazi zombies. That will be coming out for DC in September. The incredible Eduardo Risso is going to be on the art. I think his style is going to be chef's kiss for that sort of thing. Casey, you going to check that out?
Probably. I mean, Nazi zombies, it's hard for me not to be interested in that. But at the same time, I'm never really a fan of actors just being like, oh, I'm going to take this job from actual writers and write a comic book. But at the same time, Nazi zombies.
Yeah. And a certain Francisco Francavilla will be doing covers for that series.
Of course he is. How could he not?
Yeah, so I know you want to snatch those covers.
For sure. Okay, and so my last bit of news. This is Ezra Watch 2022. We need to do like a little. I'm gonna do a little. Try to do something in post. Probably not though. But I'm gonna pull up. There's a USA Today article. I have up. So the Flash star Ezra Miller accused of grooming teenager in the latest legal dispute. So Ezra Miller is facing more legal troubles. Parents of an 18-year-old North Dakota activist have filed for a protective order on behalf of their child, who they say the actor has groomed and controlled for several years. Attorney and activist Chase Iron Eyes and pediatrician Sarah Jumping Eagle claim their child, Dakota Iron Eyes, is struggling with mental health after being groomed by Miller and given a large dose of LSD this year. According to legal documents filed in the Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Court and provided to the USA Today by Carrie Libby, a spokesperson for tribal chairwoman Janet Alkire, TMZ was first to report the lawsuit. Ezra uses violence, intimidation, threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and drugs to hold sway over a young adolescent Dakota. The filing claims Ezra has brainwashed Dakota. Ezra Miller has ensured that Dakota is without a phone and has given her bank card to another of his workers, the parents say in the documents. And it goes on. I read online on Twitter where the girl that he's been grooming actually said, like, oh, he isn't, or they aren't, and but then it's also like they've been friends since she was 14, which that does not look good, at the very least. And then also he's missing. Ezra, you can't find Ezra, or sorry, they're missing. They can't find Ezra to actually get, to serve him.
Oh,
yeah, it doesn't look good.
no.
They just need to go to Hawaii and then just have someone start singing karaoke, and he will be
and
there
playing darts.
Yeah, he'll be there beating the crap out of them.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. That really does bump it up a notch from the last story.
Yeah. And it's like, it sucks. I mean, they really do they just need help. That's all, boils down to.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Yeah,
Stay tuned on
yeah.
Ezra Watch.
This has been Ezra Watch 2022.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, that's it for the news. So we're going to take our ad break and then we'll come back and talk some comics. So we'll be right back. All right. What is the topic of the day, Casey?
Man, I don't know.
Should I tell my customers about my bad review?
Yeah, dude.
My customers. Tell our listeners about.
Hey,
let's be real. Most of them are customers.
They're our customers, and
yes,
the podcast is our product.
Yes,
we gotta make that money.
So, not this week. The end of last week, a lady came into my store and wanted to sell me an R2D2 lamp. Now, I get how it can be confusing because, comic headquarters and lamp headquarters are basically the same thing. But she came in, wanted to sell me this lamp. I politely declined, saying that I, mostly just buy comic books. No, there are no lamps in the store at all. I have 0 lamps. And she asked if
and she's like, I know you need this one. It's so dark.
I know, right? She asked if I knew of anywhere that she could take it. I suggested a couple places that might, some like resale shops in the mall or whatever. And then Tuesday of this week, I go into work and she had left me left Comic Headquarters a 1-star review on Google. And I know it was her because I could tell from the little picture, her little Google profile or whatever. She didn't say anything in the review. It was just 1 star. And I don't know that it matters at all, but I felt the need to comment and just so that if anybody did happen to scroll through and read that they know why she left it. So I just thought it was ridiculous. Like, we had a maybe 30-second interaction and you were so upset that a comic book store didn't buy your stupid lamp, so you had to leave a 1-star review on Google. I wish I could leave her a review. I'd give her 0 stars.
Oh, dang.
I know.
Dude,
But yeah, so that happened. Don't be a bitch when somebody doesn't want to buy your stuff. No one's obligated to buy your stuff.
I was looking through your reviews, and there was one that was really funny to me. Callan, our buddy Callan, left you a 4-star review.
Dude, I called him out on that. And he was like, what? I didn't want it to sound like too good. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just leave 5 stars.
So if you're listening to this, guys, leave Jake 5 stars on Comic Headquarters. Leave him by name so the manager knows he was the one that served you, and he's going to get that promotion he's been dying for.
Yeah. The thing that sucks, man, is it takes like 5 5-star reviews to counteract the one bad review.
Yeah.
And also, I was thinking about this too while I was looking at that review. You notice how nobody gives like 2-star reviews? It's either like 1, 3, 4 if you're Callan, or 5.
So when me and Bree went to Louisville, I actually gave a 2-star review to the restaurant we ate at because I got really pissy that they so she ordered this one, it was like a glass of wine, but she didn't specify the size. So instead of asking, the guy would just gave her the bigger size. And then when we got our she ordered an appetizer for her, and me to munch on too, and it came in 2 sizes. She didn't specify, so the guy upcharged. So I had over $200 on this fucking thing. So by the end of it, I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving a fucking review. I gave him 2 stars because the food was fine, but I was just like, this pisses me off because it was like both the drink, both the drink and the appetizers doubled the price. Like they doubled in price because the guy upcharged it.
Right. No, I totally get that. That's some bull.
Yeah, I mean, it had a nice view. I was like, the view's nice. But yeah, this I laid out what pissed me off about it. Really, really, bothers me that that you guys operate this way. It's very, not a good way to operate things and blah blah blah. And then the owner or the manager left this passive aggressive thing well, I'll let our people know, though you didn't really explain things very well. And I'm like, okay, I dropped $200 damn at your place, and all I got was a nice view.
And also, you didn't buy my lamp.
Yeah, I was like, and I had a really nice R2-D2 lamp. Okay.
Oh, geez. It's funny. Only Callan leaves a 4-star review, and only you leave 2-star reviews.
Yeah. Hey, I left you a 5-star.
You did. And I love you for it.
I'm gonna go change it to a 2-star now, though.
Oh, please don't. I'll never recover. All right, guys, welcome back. If you'd like to hear this week's exclusive YouTube story, then I just told you where to go find it. It's on YouTube. That's Two Worlds Podcast over on YouTube. So,
or if you want to give us $10 a piece, we will transcribe them. if you're just I just want to read it, we will transcribe it for you.
Sure.
Just throwing that out there, $10. So what did you read this week, bud?
Well, I read Aquaman Andromeda #1, Twig #2, All New, All Different Savage Avengers #2, Thor 26, Dark Crisis #1, Poison Ivy #1, Batman 124, which I left my copy somewhere, and Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor #1.
Right on. I read Monkey Prince #5, The Amazing Spider-Man #3, Ginny Zero Volume 2 Supersize #2, The All New, All Different Savage Avengers #2, Twig #2, Batman 124, Aquaman on Andromeda Book 1. Whoops, did not mean to hit that. Thor 26. Didn't mean to do that again. Dark Crisis 1 of 7.
By that second one, I was starting to think you meant it.
I really didn't. I my thing is too close to my tummy where I flipped the comics through. Okay, I think I have one more than you, so I'll just start with Monkey Prince. So this is by Jane Luen Yang with Bernard Chang on the art. The art in this is still super good. You got the old Monkey Prince moving to a new town, and it's Amnesty Bay. There, this time he's dealing with this weird goth monster girl, and and then we get the King Trench in this. This was a fun issue. It's still nothing that I would be like, Jake, you're missing out on this one.
I believe it.
But it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to probably go with a 6.5 out of 10.
That is pretty A-okay. Actually, you just want to go again?
Sure. Okay, so I got next up The Amazing Spider-Man #3, and this is by Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. You get some backstory on old Tombstone. We still don't really know what's going on with the whole Mary Jane thing. Spider-Man gets his butt kicked. This was a quick read. John Romita Jr.'s art in this one's pretty rough in parts. I mean, I'm going to show you a big head mode, baby Tombstone. Look at this.
Oh gosh, it's awful.
Yeah, it's not
It's
good.
awful.
It is not a good time. And one thing, I always thought Tombstone had amped strength and his skin was stronger, And in this, it's like he's just an albino kid that got picked on when he was a kid, and then he filed his teeth down. Unless maybe
I thought his skin was tough as stone or whatever, and that's why they called him Tombstone.
That's what I thought. So I don't know if that just changed later on or what, but because he's getting bullied and getting beat up. If his skin is like stone, these kid bullies' hands are gonna get messed up. So I don't know. But yeah, this is probably a 5.5 for me. I'm not the biggest Tombstone fan. I prefer Red Baron. So
I'm a Jax guy myself.
Boy, you must just like trash.
I was just trying to throw out another name.
But no. So yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, not the biggest Tombstone guy. I think he's perfectly fine, but having him for multiple issues as a big bad doesn't do it for me.
All right. So first up for me is Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor #1. It's written by Torun Grunbeck and art by Michael Dowling. And this was a pretty neato issue. Jane and some of the Avengers are on a stakeout for somebody that's gonna destroy the universe or something. I don't know, whatever they do in New York City. And then somebody is going around and putting a lot of the Thor villains, I don't know, bringing them together to form a team or something to do one big attack on Asgard, so that releasing them from wherever they're being kept and what have you. So Sif and Bill, who is the master of war for Asgard, are setting up the defenses for Asgard. And then a bloody Mjolnir comes and finds Jane, and she reminisces about how good it feels to be Thor, but decides she doesn't need to go that far yet. And then at the end, we find out the person putting all of these people together is, spoiler alert, Enchantress.
Ooh, that's enchanting.
It is enchanting. And then the last panel is Thor hiding behind a rock with a giant snake in the background. I don't think it could be Jormungand. I don't know. The thing that's weird to me, and I'll show you this, that sound that they do on TikTok, where your clothes at?
I don't.
That's what I'm thinking of when I look at this. Because why not just be wearing your clothes? I don't know.
I mean, he was taking a nap. He sleeps nude. Everyone knows this about Thor.
I'm guessing he's I don't know, at the roots of the World Tree or something. Maybe that's where Jormungand is. I have no idea. I'm sure we'll find out next issue, but it was neato. It's just the stuff at the beginning was kind of like, whatever. I was more interested in the gathering of foes and Enchantress and stuff like that. So it was fine. I'll give it a 7. We'll be checking out issue 2.
Right on. I have a feeling issue 2 is gonna be better for you, because it's
I
like
think so too.
that one. This one sounds like it's just like the solid issue one getting the stage set for you.
Yeah, and I really like the writer, so it'll be fine.
Okay, so next up, it's Ginny Zero, issue 2, written by David Dwonk and Brockton McKinney, illustrated by Magenta King. And boy, oh boy, I love this series. You got her beating up a, I don't know what they're called. It's like basically like a burger mascot, like a big old burger, but he's a mech version. She beats them up. And then it's like more backstory on the dad. And it's like revealed like, oh, there's this suicide cult that's kind of all over the world, and like they're even inside her organization. I'm here for this ride. I love it. This will be my pick of the week. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
My goodness, can I see some of that interior?
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It kind of get it, as someone who doesn't know much about anime, even though I am an anime boy, it gives me anime vibes.
Okay.
Here's a little bit more for you.
Yeah, solid stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. My last solo book is Poison Ivy #1. It's written by G. Willow Wilson and art is done by Marcio Takara. And so, yeah, I like the art on this book a lot. It's kind of a weird book. Ivy is just upset because she's been through the ringer the last 2 years. And what I'm gathering is that she's going around, I'll say parts of the world, at least parts of the US, and is infecting animals and people if they get in her way with this invasive fungus that kills them. She's killing people. And she's humans, as much as I like some of them individually, as a species, they're invasive and terrible. So I'm going to plant these spores everywhere and kill them all. And then I'm going to die myself so that nature comes full circle or something. I don't know, heals. I have no idea. It was kind of just well, this is something. So I don't really know how to feel about it. It wasn't bad. It's just I really hope that this plan gets a little more fleshed out. So
It's gonna get more planted out.
I might stick around and see what the next issue is like, if it's a light week. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 5. But Marcio's art gets a 14 out of 10.
So one thing that, if I remember correctly from my Swamp Thing and Animal Man days, the fungus, it should be the rot, not the green. So it's weird that she's able to use fungus, unless it's her scientific mind and not her tapping into the green like she can.
So she says that she tapping into the green doesn't work for her anymore, at least not the same way that it used to, is what she said. So okay, maybe she's some avatar for the rot and that will come out. Who knows?
That could be neat if that actually happens.
But yeah.
Okay, man. What order do you want to do our goodies in?
I think I chose last week. Why don't you go ahead and pick?
All right, so let's go with Savage, then Twig, then Aquaman, and then Batman, Thor, Dark Crisis.
Okay.
Okay, to start, all new, all different, but kind of the same. Savage Avengers. And what is this dude's name? It's David Pepose and Carlos Magno on the art. The art in this I enjoyed. Some of these Electro moments are pretty dang cool. Devil Dinosaur, pretty rad. What'd you think, buddy?
Yeah, it was a fun time. I think the fact that they're like transported to this sort of, well, I'll say in parts medieval, that Weapon H kind of becomes medieval to fit the setting. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really get the whole gamma core thing that he was talking about. I don't know if that's a thing.
It's probably something from his origin that we didn't read.
Right. And then I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that Dagger could restore anti-venom like that. That's pretty crazy. But otherwise, this book is just dumb fun. I mean, there's literally a scene where Weapon H is rowing a rowboat full of the other members. So it's like, I mean, you kind of know what you're getting. But yeah, and it looks like we're going to get some Thulsa Doom in there, which is interesting. So we'll see what happens next. But again, I like all the members and stuff, and it's a goofy story. So I'm not, it's not going to blow you away, but it's not bad.
My main problem with this book, though, I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, is it's like for the characters that are in this and for what it is and for what, you want going into this book, which is just dumb, silly, awesome fighting and stuff. It's so darn chatty. We don't need all that for a Conan-led book. We don't need to know all of this different stuff. It's just like, no, just let's see some dumb fun action. Let's have more fun with this and less them all in prison together talking and how Conan is talking down to them. Like, we don't need all that.
I totally agree.
But the art in it is great. How do you like the Black Knight's interpretation in this? You missing Sai yet?
I mean, it's not, there really hasn't been too much yet. Like, the only thing that I was like, was when he was like, oh, it takes me back to high school or whatever. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just can I just have a knight? Like, just give me him being a knight. That's all I want.
But yeah, I'm probably at a 6.5. I didn't love it. I want to love this book, and it really hasn't knocked my socks off like I wanted it to yet.
Yep, I am at a 6. I'm gonna be honest, really nothing knocked my socks off this week.
I mean, I had the tail end of these books. I actually really liked most of them. So
all right, next then is Twig number 2. It's written by Scotty Young and the art is done by Kyle Strom. This one I think was one of the better ones of the week for me. It was like the first one. I liked it. He's on an adventure. The Nectarmancer was pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the art and the colors are great.
Yeah, to me, this book is very much like a perfect storm of weirdness and kind of like stuff that you like and weird stuff that I like that kind of like perfectly, is like perfectly made for us. It's like, oh yeah, we got this weird little guy. It's like, oh, that's good for me. And they're like, and he's on a very epic quest, and you're like, hello.
I agree. Maybe Scotty's finally writing just you and I a book.
Yeah, there you go. We need to tweet him about that.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, no, this is not for you. I'm doing this to make money.
Also, stop tweeting me.
Yeah. But no, I really like it. The art in this is it's perfect art for this book. The story is really cool. The characters in it are really interesting. It's so weird. And yeah, like I said, I really loved it. I'm at an 8.5.
And I'm at a 9, and I will say this was the best one I read this week. So this is my pick.
All right. So next up, gonna say probably the disappointment of the week is Aquaman Andromeda by Ram V and Christian Ward. First up, the art in this is astounding, though.
Yep.
And the story itself just kind of drags. It's like I was telling Jake before we got on, most of these Black Label books, they bring it when they, like you get it and you're like, holy crap, this is happening, all this crazy cool stuff. This one, it's just a slow burn, but we do get probably one of the coolest art pages of the week in this. Yep. It's incredible. But
I also want to point out just the one of the tentacle coming up out of the water.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like Aquaman is like a side character in this. He's not even a supporting cast member. He's just there at 3 pages about.
In the background.
Yes. Someone talks at him once and that's about it. So it's a kind of a letdown that way. But yeah, what are some of your thoughts, man?
I'm kind of there with you. I mean, it was fine. It's just, where's Aquaman? And I'm hoping that issue 2 gives us more. I will stick it out for one more because the art is just so crazy. I will say this book doesn't do much to help my fear of the ocean subside. but it, it was fine. Just wish there was more Aquaman in it.
Yeah, same. Where are you at with it?
I'd give it like a 7.
I'm actually probably about 4.5. I don't know. I was just kind of bored reading it. I might have to try to read it again, maybe when the second issue comes out, and see if if I like the second issue, like I might have to recheck this out. But
yeah,
I don't know. Wasn't doing it for me.
All right, and my disappointment of the week, if we're doing Thor, is Thor next or Batman?
Batman.
Oh, okay,
Batman's next.
Then my disappointment's after this one.
Okay.
I don't have it in
front
of me. So
okay. So next up is Batman. It's Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter and Jorge Fornes on the art. And then we also have a backup called Poison Ivy one by G. Willow Wilson, and Danny is on the art, and that's a Poison Ivy one. It might be the precursor. I think it's probably the precursor of what you read. All right.
Yep.
But yeah, so this deals with Abyss and Batman working with her because it turns out there's a new Abyss in town, and it's pretty neat. What do you think though of this issue?
Yeah, I liked it. Definitely one of the better ones this week. I like who Abyss ended up being, and I like where they're headed by the end of it.
I love the part with Batman and her, where he's just like, "Go ahead, do it. I don't care."
Yep. little reverse psychology happening there.
Yeah.
No, I liked it a lot. This was a cool book. I'm a little sad that Williamson's run is already over, but then we know what's coming next, so I'm also excited.
My main downside for this issue is like last time we saw Abyss. Do you remember the art we had? We had Mikhail Hanin and another amazing artist working side by side, and then now we get this, and I'm not a fan of this art.
Yep. We know, Casey. Just tell Howard Porter how much you hate him.
Howard Porter, you're a lovely gentleman, and I'm sure you and me would get along splendid, but you can just keep the commissions to yourself.
Gracious.
And the backup story is fine. It did not pique my interest for a Poison Ivy book at all, though.
And it didn't help much in setting it up.
Okay.
But I like Danny's art from that Arkham City book, so I will say that was cool.
So I'm personally at probably an 8 for this book. I liked it. The Poison Ivy story wasn't like terrible, like about half the time with the Batman backups are, so that's nice. And yeah, I just like Williamson a lot too.
Yeah, I am also at an 8.
I'm curious if Ghostmaker, when Abyss shows up to be a part of Batman Inc., he's like, you're stupid. I hate you. Go back to your town. It's like, Batman sent me here. Why are you such a jerk, Ghostmaker? It's because I didn't get enough hugs as a kid. Ugh, I'm edgy.
I mean, it sounds like you're writing the Batman Inc. comic to me.
Yeah. That's actually in the news. I got the job.
Ayo.
Williamson is so mad at me. All right. Next up is
So,
your favorite of the week.
yep, we've got Thor 26. It's written by Donny Cates and art by Martin Kokolo. And man, I don't know. I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for it, but I just thought it was pretty dumb. But not in like the super fun way that the previous issues were. Now it's just Thor Hulk is so strong. He broke the Bifrost forever. And I'm just like, come on. That's stupid.
It's stupid, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I went into this knowing full well this is gonna be stupid. So when like as soon as she's like, I'm gonna pick him up with the Bifrost, I'm like, oh, he's gonna break it. That's a Hulk thing.
Yeah, I mean, punching through it is whatever, but to just like completely destroy it, I don't know. It's whatever. Glad you liked it, I
Yeah,
guess.
no, I thought it was actually a hoot and a holler. It was so stupid. It's one of those things where I'm like, boy, this is dumb and I love it. I do hate this though with Thor now, because it made sense when he was Donald Blake or Eric Masterson, but it never makes sense to me personally when he still has his powers and then someone else gets the hammer and then they get Thor's powers too. It's like, doesn't make any sense, guys. Thor shouldn't have any power, any of his Thor powers anymore if the hammer grants the people the power. Doesn't work. So that's one of those things where, like we were talking last week, where the powers don't make any sense. Thor's hammer stuff does not make any sense.
No. And it doesn't get any better when a new writer tries to do something.
Yeah. But for me, I'm gonna probably make Jake very mad and say 9.5. I loved it.
I'm not mad that you liked it. I'm glad that you liked it.
You X out of Zoom.
Yeah, I mean the art was like crazy awesome. So I don't know, maybe like a 5 for me. I just wasn't feeling it.
Since you do like most Thor designs, what did you think of Thor Hulk design and Hulk Thor designs? Vice versa.
They were cool. I think Hulk's Thor design at the end was a little better of the two.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't like the cover for this. I think Thor looks very much like the really crappy She-Hulk design that we had. It's just like it doesn't look good. Maybe it's just the way he's posed.
It's just Hulk with a blonde wig. I mean, really.
Yeah. Which is like my dream girl, so I should be into it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up it's Dark Crisis 1 of 7 by Josh Williamson and what's Sampier's first name?
Daniel, I think.
Daniel Sampier on the art. And yeah, man, what did you think of this?
It was pretty fine, for a first issue.
Yeah.
Like I didn't dislike anything that I can think of. I like that John is trying to put together a league, and so the people that said no and said yes, gave me a smile while I was reading it.
Yep. I love the team that he got.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. That's already bomb. And then I mean the fact that it's like, oh yeah, we got Harley Quinn, Damian, Booster and Blue Beetle, and then Supergirl and Superman. It's like I think they're gonna be okay.
And then okay, so was it Killer Frost and Dr. Light? Were those the other two?
Yeah, and then Aquaman too. Jackson Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Aquaman. Okay. Yeah, whenever I remember seeing what, because in the book Kara's like, I don't know if I want to, but then she shows up. I'm like, they don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. And then the end with Slade shooting Beast Boy in the face. I thought that was kind of silly, but like at the same time, since you didn't keep up with Titans Academy, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a very easy workaround with that. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was
Well, also, who's to say that somebody doesn't slap the gun away that we're going to see in the next issue and it misses and goes off? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the bullet went in, but I think we're gonna see what actually happens and all that type of stuff. If that, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything because it's one of those things. If you had been reading Titans Academy, you probably have a pretty good idea of what happened. But if you haven't been, I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be fun.
mean, you can spoil it for me. I don't care.
Okay, so at the last issue, well, like Beast Boy and Cyborg fused together, because to save each other's lives, type of thing. And then Raven's like, I want to get down with Beast Boy, like basically, but I don't want to also get down with Cyborg. And then they found a workaround where basically it's just an illusion where they're now separate, but their minds are still together. So Beast Boy then gets shot. Oh, we're back to being combined. And Raven's like, oh, now I got to get with both of you at the same time again.
Right on.
That's what I mean. And Williamson's really good about sticking, like, I think he has, like, in between, like, the only thing he does that's not writing is reading comics, because he actually does a really good job of sticking with continuity of the other books. So I think that's what's going to happen, unless I just completely misremember, like misconstrued what Timmy Scherer was trying to do with his with the Teen Titans Academy, and it's like, oh no, that's not what happened at all.
Right.
But yeah, it was weird to me that Deathstroke was just like, you know what? I have a score to settle with all these children. I'm gonna kill them all.
Yep. Classic Slade.
Yeah, I thought that was a little lame, but I did like the book. Well, where are you at with this one?
I'm about a 7.
I'm at about an 8.5. Someone's gonna be in their britches, and their name is Jake. Okay, so I had a fun or a cool tweet that I'm going to share first that I think you'll like, because I saved this tweet because it's a Matt Wagner tweet that I saw via the tweets, and I was like, Jake might find this interesting, so I'm going to do this as like a tweet of the week. So he was tweeting because this was like around the same time as the Sandman trailer dropped, and he's like, the success of Neil Gaiman's fantastic series The Sandman led to one of the most sideways spin-offs of all time, Sandman Mystery Theater. Took a single line about Wesley Dodd's motivations and wove a whole new take on a classic pulp noir motifs. Sandman Mystery Theater also featured an amazing costume revamp by Guy Davis art, written by me and Stephen T. Siegel. Neil himself once described the series to me as the very definition of having your cake and eating it too. I just thought that was neat. I was like, I need to share this with Jake. I think he'll appreciate that.
Absolutely. I need to go find that tweet and tell him how much that book has meant to me.
If you go to Two Rolls Podcasts, our Twitter, you can just click our likes, and that's like one of the top ones.
I mean, I have told him in person, but why not tell him on Twitter too?
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, you're the Odins?
Yes, it is I.
I watch your Twitch stream. That's the thing you do, right?
I've got some Instagram clips.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. All right. What comics are you excited for next week?
This is like a terribly light week this week, but I would say I'm excited for Do a Powerbomb for sure. That's going to be just rad. Iron Fist, and then Jurassic League. It's a Daniel Warren Johnson week. What about you, buddy?
I will say the Sumerian, Immortal Red Sonja, and probably Batgirls.
Right on, man. So it's Fantastic Four time. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
This is a dumb one. So since pretty much all school's out right now, I was thinking to myself, what would superheroes say if you went to high school with them and you had your yearbook and you're like, hey, would you sign my yearbook? Give me 4 superheroes and what they would write in your yearbook.
Okay. Let's see. I would ask Stephanie Brown, Batgirl, to sign it, and she would probably just say something like, have a great summer. I'm thinking like if you ask Superman, he'd be the one to write the like super nice like short paragraph that some
Yeah.
people that you were like not really friends with, but they were like, oh man, I gotta tell Jake how much he meant to me. um I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think of stuff that would actually happen. So like if you ask like Batman, he might just like sign it and not
Yeah.
personalize it in any manner. Um Gosh, I don't know, man. This is like I didn't look at this ahead of time to like
I know
prep
you didn't, because
anything.
normally you'd ask me questions with something this weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. Go ahead and give me your four.
Okay, so Iceman, he'd be like, stay cool. And then Aquaman, he'd be like, SEA, you next year.
Oh, you're full of the
And
puns.
then the Flash, I'd be like, hey, would you sign this? And he'd be like, yeah. And then he'd write like, hope you have a good summer. It's gonna be over in a flash. And then I'd hand it to Black Bolt, and then he'd be like, oh my God, thank you for letting me write in your book. We have never spoken because if I speak, you would die. But now I'm writing all of this. And it's like he just fills up. I'm like, oh, okay, can you like I need other people to sign this. I really want Elektra to sign. I want She-Hulk to sign. I need She-Hulk to sign this, dude. And he just keeps writing. He's just telling me everything he's wanted to tell me all year. Like we only
Yep.
had home ec together, but he's like, I loved it when you pretended that you were pregnant by holding up a turkey underneath your shirt. That was hilarious. I didn't laugh because you would die.
My goodness. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the end of the episode. So, closing plugs, if you would, please go to facebook.com/Two Worlds Podcast, give the page a like. You can also follow us on Twitter at 2_worlds_PC and follow us on Instagram at 2worldspod. You can email us at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, please go to our YouTube channel. It's Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube and like and subscribe to the channel.
Tell us who you'd want to write in your yearbook. Man, tell us what they'd say in your dreams. But hey, we'd love to stay in chat, but we gotta go fight this Demogorgon. Bye, guys.
Bye.